Oh, yo, 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 what's up, everybody? All right, we're going to try something this stream. I have no idea if it's going to work or not, but we're going to attempt it. So right now, let's see if we do this, properties. Okay, nope, that's not it. Yeah, so there we go. Our W's code is going to be kind of hard to see, but so we are working on. Can I? Okay, so you guys can only see what's selected on my tablet. So I'll try to keep everything in there as best I can. But right now we are working on just some areas of our D&D map. So here's the entirety of the D&D map, and yes, it is at an angle because for some reason you cannot That's hilarious. I was not expecting that song. So, oh, by the way, this is like bardcore music, so it's probably going to be a bunch of like medieval inspired metal. So just wanted to give you guys heads up on that. So yeah, that is our map in its entirety. But right now we're working on, got a notification. Let me disable that. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a few different things. Let me show you guys the. Where is it? So here is the like official map. Okay. What we're working on at the moment is our like our cities and all that stuff. But we are going to come back into Procreate and turn Mons and Perry into its own map. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to screenshot this. For some reason it save the photos, and we are going to, well, see, here's Mons and Perry. I totally forgot that I did this. So the screenshot we just took was pointless. So here are all our towns. We got Redbury Shaw, Duhelm. Duhelm is the capital of Mons and Perry. Albog is a military town right outside of Duhelm. And then we got Wexford, Hedgemond. I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to remember. There's a thing with my campaign, because when I originally did the campaign, it was set within like the Forgotten Realms, so I used cities of the Forgotten Realms. I used like Waterdeep and everything. But I decided that I wanted to create my own world. So I started making Vigoria, and that's where we are now. I want the starting nation to be Mons and Perry, and I didn't want cities to be extremely close to each other. I wanted it to be a decent, travel time. Gotta turn the music down a little bit because it's distracting me. Hopefully you guys can still hear just a little bit of background music. Um, so I need to get my wait. Yeah, I better get my computer. Hopefully, can I reach that far? See if we can, see if we can do this. Did it. Nailed it. Okay. Wow, I've got such a crazy setup going right now. I've got my PC that I'm streaming from. I have my tablet on my lap, and then I'm going to have my MacBook here on the side to refer to locations and whatnot. So, pretty much the reason I wanted to do this stream is have a little bit of, creative, let people see my creative process for D&D as a DM. Yeah, leave me alone. It's asking me if I want to leave a review. Where is it? I think it's here, and then wait, is it right here? No. D&D campaigns, there we go. And then nope, still not there. What? Then where is... Okay, I know I have a D&D I thought for sure I had like a D&D folder. Where is my D&D stuff? Is it in iCloud? D&D campaigns? Nope. I'm really confused right now. Wait. That's classes and races. I'm so confused. Where, oh where is my D&D campaign? Oh, it's in notes. It's not in pages. Pff, what am I doing? Oh, goodness. So I don't know how long I'll be able to use my tablet because it is going dead. It's on like 14%. Open notes, please. Why is notes not opening? There it is. Okay, so our cities, Hedgemond, which is on here, and Redbreashaw. Yeah, so we have converted everything, I believe. Okay, we're gonna read through it. I thought I disabled. Did I not? Let me turn on sleep focus and see if that will get rid of notifications. No. Hang on. We're gonna do not disturb. Okay. Let's see. You were sitting in the Lady Luck Tavern, nestled in the town of Hedgemond, enjoying your drinks. I'm just looking through to make sure that if there's any towns mentioned that they are within my world, because like I said, I originally did the Forgotten Realms. Okay, so yes. No names of towns. Okay, so all of that seems good. Now, let's check, because I have two separate notes for my for this particular campaign, because I wanted I really don't know why I did it this way, but it is just how it worked for me. Okay, so Redbury Shaw, east of Redbury Shaw, Wexford, Vampire. Um, yeah, I don't think any other. Oh, hang on, let me. There we go. Yeah, I don't think any other cities are named. Why is this? There we go. Figured out the problem. I don't know why I did it that way in the first place, but okay. And then the ending. This is kind of like a one-shot campaign that's within this world. So because my family, I'm the DM for my family, and we don't get to have sessions as often as we would like because our schedules just don't line up good enough. So like our last session, oh man, I mean it's been months since we've played. So and everybody's like, when are we gonna play again? I'm like, I don't know. Nobody has the same time off. Okay, so our Mons and Perry map is finished, so we don't have to do that. But I think we are going to work a little bit more on so there's 5 continents, and each continent I have or well, each country really has what they are good at, what they're known for. Like if they're a mining country, if they, for example, like Icegos here is a, they harvest ice from the mountains and they do a little bit of mining for the ore that's in the mountains, but it's such a mountainous country, and they can't really do any farming or anything because the elevation is so high that it's just ice. So that's Icegos. Then we have I wish let's see here. I'm looking for the oh, is this it? Oh no, it isn't pages. I need to do some serious organizing with all of my D&D related stuff. Pages. Oh no, it's under iCloud. And then D&D campaigns, Vigoria, continents and countries. So we have the continent of Sextino, which is over here. And I know the map, I wanted the map to somewhat resemble Earth a little bit. So that's why it has a similar setup to Earth. So, yeah. So this is Sextino, the continent of Sextino. So Mediordinis is like a middle class nation. The president, they have President Detri Optikov. It's a large country filled with middle class laborers who work for the wealthy citizens of Nobilis. Due to their hard-working nature, Medis are known for their work ethic and military. And then Nobilis, which is this tiny little country right here, is southernmost, or no, excuse me, a small country on the western coast of Sextino. The ruler is King Heinrich Evertree. Full of the wealthy from the once united Sextino, they control all wealth and power of the continent. They own all industry and business in Nobilis and Mediordinis. Next, you have Papyrus, whose ruler is Archduke Wilson Winston. The southernmost country of Sextino, known for its poverty due to constant storms that destroy infrastructure. Lack of finances doesn't stop its people from enjoying life, as most residents live on the islands, where they enjoy the beauty of the meeting point of the Sextino and Italit oceans, along with beautiful flora. So most of them live on these islands right here, but you know, there are people that live in the southern, well, it would technically be northern Papyrus, but, and then Cobalta up here to the northeast. The ruler is Captain Henry Capticore. It's the northeastern country of pirates who cut ties with Mediordinis. Their goal is to control all land surrounding the Cove of Afaris. But due to the high population of Medi military forces, they are too afraid to attempt invasion. So there are a lot of Mediordinis military forces all around the Cove, because that's where a lot of their naval stuff happens. All their naval practices and whatnot is in the Cove of Afaris. So that is, and these islands right here are also part of Mediordinis. Next, the continent of Clemere, which is over here. So Mons Imperii is the centermost nation. The ruler is King Roderick Edifi, landlocked nation of a great kingdom known for the acquisitions test, which I'll explain in a moment. They have the greatest army, mages, and farms in all of Vigoria. With fair rulers, a great economy, and a welcoming environment for all races and beliefs, the rest of Vigoria envies the success of Mons Imperii. So, the acquisitions test. So there are, how many schools? It's been a long time since I've covered the acquisitions test. There it is. Okay. So there are 7 different schools within Mons Imperii. Each one is on top of a different mountain. So the headmaster of the School of Magic is Merrick the Grand Master. He's sort of like Dumbledore in a way. Then you have the School of War with the headmaster Onyx Damon Fox. Both of those are human males, by the way. Then you have Bella Cato, who is the human female headmistress of the School of Alchemy. And I've yet to name the headmasters for the other schools, but there's the School of Leadership, School of Farming, School of Ministry, and the School of Literature. So the way it works is whenever they reach a certain age, they take a test that's required by the country and the government. So they take this test, and the test determines where they end up. It's sort of a magical test that it doesn't just take their answers into consideration, it takes them into consideration as what their strengths and weaknesses are. That it's done magically. So once the test is completed, the test is looked at by the mages and wizards and everything that grade the test, and then it's determined where they're going to go. So let's say, for example, I have this one character named Augustus Northcott. He grew up in a family of farmers, always been farming. He always farms, or his whole family farmed. They've been farming for generations and generations. So he goes to take the test and is fully expecting to go to the School of Farming, but when he finishes the test, he gets put into the School of Magic because the test knows of his magical ability that he doesn't know about. So he ends up going into the School of Magic, and Merrick the Grandmaster finds him and tells him, since he is, he didn't grow up in a magical family, he doesn't know magic, that he will train him himself. So then, so that's the story of Augustus Northcott. Then the School of War, of course, teaches like military tactics and trains them to be warriors and such. The School of Alchemy, that one's self-explanatory. It's just alchemists and such. The School of Leadership is generally for the upper class that have royal blood, and they are taught on how to be a leader. They're taught processes within the government and all that stuff. Then the School of Farming, that one's self-explanatory. The School of Ministry is for clerics and the religious leaders and religious people. And then there's the School of Literature, which is it teaches a lot of like calligraphy, wording, and so it's communication comes off equally. It's a little totalitarian, if you ask me, which is funny because Mons and Perry is not totalitarian at all. So they're like a very free people, but they do like their literature to be not like a propaganda type thing, but like they want like important information, like historical documents and things, to all read the same way, so there's no confusion of like interpretation. So yeah. Then I also have a bunch of like enemies and stuff listed here, and I really should type all of this out. I know you guys can't see it, but I really should type all of this information out into one document instead of having like three different documents. Let's see. So where were we? Mons and Perry. So Esmia is this island over here. The ruler is Grand Admiral Isaiah Longheart. This nation of traders is known for their high-quality wares, shipping routes, kindness of their merchants, and being the first nation to begin the Great Separation, which I'll get into. Their kindness makes them a target for the pirates of Cobalta, generally except for Githyanki, Tieflings, and followers of Nuviism, especially not Shemitists. So that gets into our religions within the world of Vigoria. So the Great Separation. Hang on, before I get into this. Ow! I just hit my finger on a sharp part of the mic. Okay. Oh, hang on. My fiance wants me to play her back in checkers. Oh no, I lost it. There it is. Checkers on iPhone is one of those games that lasts for freaking ever. So does Battleship. Battleship takes so long. Okay, so now in the religions of... Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so what did I mention? Nuviism and Shemitis. So, there are how many religions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there are 6 different religions within Vigoria. There is elementism. I always want to say elementalism, but elementism, which are like gods of elements. So you have Eratos, which is god of the sea and water. You have Arhil, god of land and earth, Sovnia, god of fire, and Eden, god of air and the sky. So, it's. I'm not going to really get into. Well, yeah, I'll get into it. So, elementism is a religion followed by those who generally deal with the elements in their everyday life. Fishermen are generally elementists, but not all. Like other polytheistic religions, followers sometimes have a favorite god or for personal reasons. The four gods live in harmony, but have their disputes. Just like water extinguishes fire, Irtos and Sovnia have their quarrels, while Eden is known to feed into Sovnia's rants, just like air makes a fire grow. Arhil is the most reasonable god of the four. He has the ability to extinguish Sovnia's rage, while at times he gets burnt up by it. So just, Arhil is the god of land and earth, so you have, fire can burn up dirt, but you can also, if there's enough dirt, you can extinguish the fire, if that makes sense. The beliefs are that the elemental gods work together to create all things and continue to work together for the betterment of mankind. Then there's astralism, which is, and by the way, the elementism has the elemental gods. Astralism has the astral gods. Penley, god of stars, Asmus, god of time, Irus, god of dreams, and Lay, goddess of the sun. She playing me in checkers again. Let me play her back in checkers. Let me change the settings for do not disturb. Okay, there we go. Now we shouldn't. Okay, so astralism is generally a religion full of academics who believe in the power of the universe. Fortune tellers also often follow the astral gods for their ability to literally move the cosmos. These four gods are like old friends. They get frustrated with one another, but always come around. They're not afraid to let their thoughts be known to the other gods. Penley, Irus, and Lay frown upon Asmus's feelings towards mankind. Penley lives in the cosmos, drifting around as he pleases. Asmus lives in a large construct of shelves that are full of hourglasses. These hourglasses track everything. Lives of every person, whether believer or non-believer. Why is it still giving me notifications? Where was I? Well, believer or non-believer. And he can flick... And he can flick the hourglass to make the sand run faster to shorten a person's life. Irus and Lay live in the sky, invisible to mankind. They work together to give light to those who need it. Irus is the god... Oh, he's god of dreams, night, and the moon. And Lay is the goddess of the sun. Penley's god of the stars. Asmus, god of time. I don't know if I mentioned what all of them were. I know I didn't do Irus and Lay completely. But Irus, controls the moon. Lay controls the sun. The beliefs are that the astral gods control the fabric of reality and form the world as it is seen. They possess the power to prolong life, shorten life, affect relationships, and guide followers on their travels and endeavors. Then there's naturalism, which is the nature gods. There's two. There's Piped and Charis. Piped is the god of weather, and Charis is the goddess of nature. Naturalism is common among Druids and other fans of nature for its pure focus of nature, or pure focus on nature. Pipit and Karis have been married for thousands of years. They work together and bring life to the world around mankind. The belief is that Pipit and Karis bring forth all vegetation by working together, and any disputes they have amongst themselves cause storms and natural disasters. Then pacifistism, which is they're called the righteous gods. Nora, goddess of peace, Zulra, goddess of justice, and Udra, goddess of freedom. Pacifistism is not as pacifistic as it sounds. This religion is popular with people in court systems and other positions of power. Sometimes it is used as a crutch when declaring war for what one nation sees as justice. Pacifists are generally loving people, but those who possess great wealth and power are also known for using it as a crutch for their own gain. The three goddesses work together for the betterment of mankind, and they frown upon its use as a way of causing war, pain, and destruction. The belief is that the three goddesses work together in the righteous plane and cast judgment on those in Vigoria. Then Nuviism, which we mentioned earlier. There's Nuvisus, which is the All-Father. He's the king of gods. Anya, goddess of beauty. Shemitah, which Shemitah was mentioned earlier. Shemitah, god of war. And Zonothera is the goddess of the underworld. Now, this one is probably... I have heartburn. It's killing me. This one's probably my favorite of all the religions. Because I put a lot into this one. So, Nuviism is known for its eccentric followers. They are steadfast in their beliefs and follow Nuvisus until death. Some followers of Nuviism are known as Shamitas. These followers are generally extremist warmongers who follow Shemitah more than the other gods and are also known for their violent nature. Nuvisus and Anya ruled together for centuries until Anya became obsessed with the beauty of the realm. She gave life to the flowers and beautiful sunrise and sunset. She told Nuvisus that she only wanted to focus on the beauty of the world and of their creation, mankind. Eventually, Shemitah was born and became obsessed with the tragedy and death that comes with war. He declared himself the god of war and began effecting battles and wars within Vigoria. As the death toll rose, Nuvisus created Zonothera to be goddess of the underworld to watch over those who perished. This realm of existence has two sections, for those who wholeheartedly worship the true gods, and the other for those who half-heartedly worshipped. Neither is a punishment, but the half-hearted worshippers are treated as entertainment. As time went on, Shemitah fell in love with Zonothera. He wanted to impress her so badly that he began war after war to show her how much he loved her. She was unimpressed and infuriated for his carelessness and claimed he was unfit for love. He has dedicated his existence to obtaining her love and continues to bring her souls to no avail. He is forever cursed to this torment. So that one I just think is really interesting, and I know that over time these because right now it's just kind of a framework, and I know it's going to grow and branch out into other things as campaigns go on, because that's how campaigns work. Then Potestianism, which is a monotheistic, it only has one god, Potestus, the god of all things. Potestians are loving and kind. They always look out for others. They are known for their charity and missionary work. Forgiveness is one of their main teachings, and they also teach love and acceptance. Potestus is an all-seeing god that treats everyone equally. He reigns in the realm known as Kalem. It is where his loyal followers join him in death. Those who do not follow him are doomed to the far plains, where they are permanently separated from Potestus and float in infinite nothingness for eternity. It is believed that Potestus created all things and reigns supreme with no equal. He is a loving and forgiving God that gives everyone a chance to follow him. He is known for his second chances. So it's just a monotheistic faith. So that's all the religions. So where were we? Esmia, Ufristan. Up here to the north. The ruler is Sultan Umad Akatan. Mostly friendly nation of Shemitas, as long as they don't know the religious beliefs of visitors. They treat them as one of their own. I've read that incorrectly. As long as they don't know the religious beliefs of their visitors, they treat them as one of their own. Ufarstan is almost entirely desert except for its coasts. Ufarstan's north coast is frozen year-round. They make their living by selling fabrics and, less notably, poisons. Not friendly with Esmia. Yeah, they don't get along with Esmia, mainly because the majority of them are Shemitas, and Esmia does not like Shemitas. Gotha, over here on the west, ruler is King Perseus Aiden, a civilization of artists, bards, painters, and sculptors, just to name a few. They are known for their fine cuisine and architecture, worshippers of pacifistism, a very peaceful people. Yeah, Gotha is one that is not, they don't use it as a crutch. They actually are pacifistic. Next, we have Euskaria, which is on the west or on the east coast. Ruler is President Kai Nainoa. Why did this turn into EDM? Interesting. That's not where I expected that to go. Let's see. What is this? There we go. That's more fitting. More fitting indeed. Where were we? Euskaria. The ruler is President Kai Nainoa. Tropical and exotic country. All types of fish, crustaceans, and invertebrates are their export. Devout Elementus mostly favors Iratos. This heartburn is like eating me alive. Iskos. Down here on the south. Their ruler is King Guthmundur Ivarsson. Due to its high altitude, Iskos is an icy and treacherous mountainscape. Their only exports are ice and ores found in the mountains. Elementus, who lean more towards Sovnia for his blessings of fire that keep them warm. North and South Vosnia. That's over here. Their ruler is King Aethra to the north and King Petha to the south. Only known for their unending civil war that began in 26 AGS, which I did not cover the Great Separation. I'll get into that momentarily. They have no exports. All of their hunting, fishing, and other trades are solely concerned with supporting their side of the war. The confrontation arose from the coronation of King Petha. The North considered him to be the illegitimate heir to the throne and claimed his older brother, Prince Aethra, was rightful heir. Aethra reigns in the north, and Petha reigns in the south. The Great Separation. So it started in Esmia up here. And before, every continent was its own nation. So there were only 5 nations. Esmia no longer wanted to be controlled by a nation that they weren't physically connected to. They were on their own island. So they seceded and broke away from the continent. I wish this heartburn would go away. I'm probably going to have to go take some Tums or something. And within a week, every nation had separated from what nation they were connected to. So Vosnia was one whole nation for like 26 years, and then they started the civil war that is unending. There's a couple other north and south countries. There's a east and west, Ushari, and north and south Oshos, but we'll get to those in a minute.
Groovy.
Thank you for the follow, Cosmic Plays Official. Welcome to the main cave. It's good to have you here. So, where were we? Einfell. Einfell is right here. That's what I thought. So, Ainsrock, up here, this little like peninsula, their ruler is Supreme Leader Kim Efterfi. Some of these names I come up with, I think. How did I get there? King Efterfi or Efterfi, you can pronounce it either way. Not much is known about Ainsrock. Its leader, Kim Efterfi, is a brutal and authoritarian ruler. He allows no exports, no visitors, and no immigration, as in, like, leaving. This has led to many of its civilians to flee to Escavir. The few that have survived the dangerous journey have opted to have their memories wiped, so they know nothing of the horrors of Ainsrock. So that's why the rest of the realm doesn't know anything about Ainsrock, because what happens there is so horrific that the people who get to flee want their memory wiped. Then we have Escavir. Ruler is Pipedus Giancarlo. A nation of farmers. With climates of all types, they are able to grow anything available in Vigoria. So, wait, which... Escavir. So right here. Friendly and welcoming, the population is generally naturalist. They believe Piped and Karis bring them the climates and weather for their crops. Next is Sethana, down here. Their ruler is Sovereign Erasmus Ragnar. Sethana makes its living from the pilgrims that travel to its holy cities, believed to be the place where Irus and Lay were married, along with many other holy endeavors such as the birthplace of Anya, and also Irus, the Sovnian Spark, and Penley's movement. Sethanians are welcoming to all races and beliefs. So, Sethana is the holy nation of a lot. I mean, every belief has, so like talks about the birth of Anya and also Irus, the Sovnian Spark, which is when Sovnia like discovered his ability to create fire, and Penley's movement is when Penley began moving the stars. So then we have the Einfeld Desert, which I think is one of my favorite things in the whole realm. A desert so treacherous that no one dare cross it or claim it within their borders. No one has ever survived the journey through it. So it is a completely neutral nation. It's not even a nation. It has no government or anything. And it's so dangerous that nobody goes there. So then we have Stroll up here. Prime Minister Egda Ikar, known for their smithing works. Stroll creates the most elegant weapons, lock systems, coins, and arrows. These goods are beautiful and mostly seen in Nobilis due to their high cost. Then we have Stagi. The ruler is Chief Wakataka Akido, a tribalistic kingdom seen as savages by most of Vigoria. Missionaries who travel here generally do not return. Then we have Ustan. King Runavet Eichtenwald is their ruler, a kingdom that is rich in coal and flintos, a flammable sedimentary rock like coal, but flintos burns brighter, hotter, and longer than coal. It is also very difficult to mine. These things make flintos very expensive. Flintos was I made that up completely. Then we have Nautilus, which is a pretty cool nation, and I can't wait to get more into mapping it out because it's going to be kind of crazy. I'll have a bunch of lakes and stuff in it, and you'll see why. So the ruler is Grand Admiral Isaac IV. Nautilus is well known for their shipbuilding and technological advances in shipbuilding, fishing, and sailing. They're also known for the exquisite fish dishes and cuisine. So they're completely based around water. I mean, everything they do, shipbuilding, fishing, sailing, all that stuff. Then we have East and West Ushari. The ruler is King Toth II in the east and King Desert III in the west. Ushari was once a thriving kingdom until they ran out of oil deposits. This loss of export caused the kingdom to fall into disarray and separate into two separate nations. The farmers to the west and hunters to the east. A large wall separates the two kingdoms. Then Echtenstein, right here. Kind of looks like a sea turtle a little bit, like a headless sea turtle. That's what it reminds me of. Skidahar, which is right there. Ruler is Hayrik Daemonfox, son of Air. All citizens of Skidahar must be at least a quarter orc. Citizenships are revoked for anything less. So, like, you know, in America, when someone is born in the United States, they become a citizen, and our tablet's going to die. They become a citizen, so they... Just being born in the United States makes you a citizen. In Skidahar, if you're born and you're not at least a quarter orc, you cannot be a citizen of Skidahar. Skidahar is a warrior nation known for their brutality and extremist Shamitist beliefs. Then we have Gul. The ruler is Vorti Daemonfox, son of Hayrik. All citizens of Gul, it autocorrected that, must be at least half orc. This generally sends lesser bloods to Skidahar, known as the most aggressive nation in all of Vigoria for their constant wars with others, unwelcoming and intolerant of other beliefs. Gul is racist with their laws in favor of the orc bloodline. Their Shamitist beliefs are more extreme than those of Skidahar. Then we have Untas. Their ruler is Beanman Pinto Fisher. Now this one's just for giggles, really. Known for their love of beans. They love beans. Bean farmers make up 96% of the population. The other 4% are hunters and fishermen. They are tolerant of all races and religions as long as the individual likes beans. Then we have Chutan. Ruler King Kev Lardum. This one's also for giggles. Dancers. That's all they dance. Everything is imported because all they do is dance. North and South Oshos. So Untas and Chutan are just weird countries. I guess that's why the orcs kind of took over the, northwestern section of it, because everyone's either just farming beans or dancing. So the ruler of North Oshos is King Winston, and the ruler of South Oshos is Queen Esmeralda. So Oshos was once unified but separated after the king and queen divorced. King Winston rules the north, Queen Esmeralda rules the south. That's really all the information that we have on Oshos. Now this one has to be grouped together, because instead of each individual country, the whole continent kind of has its own history. So the continent of Italet, right here, with Enzo, Gastonia, Grand Azaria, and Felocia. The continent of Italet must be addressed as a whole due to its history. Discovered in 13 AGS, or after the Great Separation, by four brothers, Enzo, Gaston, Felo, and Azar. They found the rivers that separate the lands and decided that it was a perfect place to set their boundaries and that nature had done it for them. As time passed, Azar wanted more land and grew greedy. The brothers reminded him that nature had given them their borders, but Azar argued that if not for him, the continent wouldn't have been found by the other three brothers. Azar cut ties with his brothers, leading to a long-standing point of view within Grand Azaria: Azar should rule the continent. This led Enzo, Gaston, and Felo to keep a close eye on Azar's every move and help each other with protection from Azar. After hundreds of years, the borders remain the same, but Grand Azaria still wants more. The rulers of Italet are, the ruler of Enzo is Ezio Arcada. The ruler of Felocia is Hom Teleher. The ruler of Gastonia is Gaston Agredo. And the ruler of Grand Azaria is Dominus Rex. So that is all of our nations. Let's see. Do I have something that tells about the Great Separation? I can't remember where that would be. Let's see. What is this? No, that's not it. That's continents. I cannot find. I can delete that one. Delete that one. I have a bunch of new notes that have nothing in them. I cannot find this. Now I know I have something somewhere about the Great Separation. Is it in my... Wait. I have another file. Nope. I know I typed something out about the Great Separation. So it's not there. Let me look at... Maybe I didn't. Oh, yeah, I did. So I have a calendar made up for the world. If it will let me open it. Why you not let me open it? Oh, I think I know why. Because it's pages. You can't open it in pages. You have to open it in numbers. Calendar. Here we go. Okay, so there are 10 months with 28 days in each month, so there's 280 days in a year. Years are counted before the Great Separation, BGS, and after the Great Separation, AGS. The Great Separation was when the 5 continents, who were once an entire nation, separated into smaller and self-reliant nations. The uprising began with Esmia declaring its independence from Clemere, and the other nations followed until the collapse of the 5 nations. The Great Separation lasted 1 week. This week is celebrated in Septensis, 8th through the 14th, annually across all of Vagoria. The names of the months, I'm pretty sure it was Latin that I used. It literally translates to 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month. So it's Unmensis, Dumensis, Tremensis, Quadensis, Quinensis, Sexensis, Septensis, Octensis, Nonensis, and Decensis. So Yakuza was getting wild, and I had to feel, oh, you good, bro. Then I have a few important holidays within the world, but we have to plug up the tablet because it is going dead, so we're gonna lose our visual on the map. So we'll come back to it later and work on some... Yeah, it's charging because it's on 4% and I didn't want it to die. So, we may end up playing some like Baldur's Gate or something while it charges and then come back to it later. So, where was I? The calendar, the Vagorian calendar. So, like I said, it's 10 months, 28 days in each month. Also, welcome to the stream, sir. It's good to have you here. We could do... So that's the wrong one, sorry. Yeah, we can do that so that we have something. Any plans on when you want to start this campaign? What days of the week and times in mind? I really don't know. Like, it'll definitely have to be after Caleb finishes his campaign, for sure. I mean, I'd say you knew that already, but I don't know how long his campaign will last. Mine, it'll probably be... So, since you've been to the last few sessions, I've missed the last few sessions. How long do you think it will be until you guys get to, like, an ending point? Just by your vibe, like how you feel about how the campaign is going so far. For me, I don't know how much... I guess it depends on how much longer he has this one go. Mine, I don't want to make it too long, because it's like, I don't want everybody to get bored with it, but I also want to be able to tell a decent story. And my sessions will probably only be like 2 hours, 3 at most. Like, that's the absolute limit, is 3 hours. But I'm gonna try my best to keep it right around 2 hours. Oh gosh, no clue. Every session has a different pace. If you were to guess, I'd say we're a little over halfway, 60-65% maybe. Okay, so like, I didn't want to, like, I don't know. I know the general idea of my campaign, but what I might do is, because I have one campaign already finished. It's a very short one, like very short. You could probably complete it within one session, within 2 to 3 hours. And I made it that short for a reason, because like I was saying earlier, my family, we don't get to meet up as often as, like, you know, we have our sessions once a month roughly. So the last time me and the fam played D&D was a few months ago. Like, it's been a long time, and I'm really surprised no one's lost interest, but they always ask me, hey, when are we going to finish D&D, because I'm tired of standing in the woods with this torch, because that's where we ended. Is they had just defeated a bunch of I don't even remember what they were. Troglodytes, I think is what they were. And so they're just kind of chilling in the woods. I should have had them make a camp. I may have had them make a camp. I'll have to check the notes from the session, but if they were getting tired and stuff, and so we decided to end it. But if they had played another like 30 minutes to an hour, they would have finished that first campaign. That campaign was, it is a campaign. It's one of the starter campaigns. It's a Stranger Things themed one. But the one that I made for the fam, that's just super short, is it's like a true crime. Well, it's not true crime because it's in a mythical world and everything, but it's like a detective type of thing. So it's not as much based on your brute strength and everything. It is solely like intelligence and charisma and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to do that one with my family, because it'll just be entertaining. The gist of it is that they are going to start in this tavern, and I'm going to say it because it's like 95% chance that they are not going to watch this video. So which I'm not going to spoil anything, because if you guys end up wanting to try it, then I don't want to spoil anything. But someone dies, and the whole campaign is based on just trying to find out why they died, whether it was a murder or what the case may be. So it's you have to go to some different towns and different places and talk to people, see what they know, and move on to trying to solve it, to see what exactly happened. And the sheriff and constable and all the like police figures in the town are not in town. They're all off doing other things. One of them's out of town for like a wedding. Another one has like a business trip that he has to go on, and so the party is the only people there that can solve it. It's very much based around my family because of what they've encountered within their first session. So there's really only one character that shows up that if I did it with, our D&D group, that everybody would be like, who is this dude? But it's not. Like, I'll probably have to explain, come up with something to be like, hey, this guy knows you from your childhood or something like that. Come up with something that way it fits them. But yeah, right now we're talking about the Vigorian calendar because my realm is called Vigoria. We have four like major holidays in Vigoria as of right now. Two of them are across the entire realm, and one of them is for Mons and Perry, and another one is in Esmia. So the important holidays are Tremensis 12th, which in our world would be like March the 12th, is Test Day. And I went over the acquisitions test earlier within Mons and Perry, how they have to take a test when they reach a certain age to determine which school they'll go to, whether it's alchemy, war, leadership, farming, all that stuff. So it helps them prepare for what they're going to do in the world when they're old enough. This one is just funny. It's called Love and Luck Day. It's Sexensis 7th. It's in Esmia. It's all about there's a lot of drinking that goes on, and my dog is losing his mind. A lot of drinking, lots of gambling, things like that. Then Septensis 8th through the 14th is Independence Week across all of Vigoria. That's where they celebrate the Great Separation. And then Decensis 25th is this one I ripped from Star Wars, but it is slightly different, is Life Day. Instead of Wookiee Life Day, it's Life Day, which is their Christmas. And then the seasons are spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And they are more precise than like our seasons, because our seasons change on like the Ash. What are you barking at, bro? What's the deal? Come here. Say hi to the stream. Oh. Say hi. What do you think about the mic? Don't bark into it, though. Thank you. I needed that. How many are you wanting to play in our sessions? Hello, Ash. Oh, Chi said hi. Hi. I don't know. I don't want too many because honestly, I really only want like 5 at most. So like Caleb, Leah, or no, I would say 6 at most, really. Like you, Max, Caleb, Leah, Robert Lee, and Talia. So like that's really like the limit that I want it, because I don't think Annie will want to be there all the time. If she wants to come and, be a part of it, that's fine. And I'm okay with having a 7th. But I feel like when you get too many people, it's like, I don't even remember that one session we had where there were like, how many people were there? There was a ton of people there, and I was so like overwhelmed. Definitely the sweet spot, like 4, 5, 6. Because when you have that many people, when you get like 7 or more people, it's just exhausting. Like who all was there that one night? Yeah, we had like 9 people there that one night, and not everybody was playing. Right. Yeah. It's like, and I don't have any problem with people wanting to come and watch, as long as they sit and watch. Like people having conversations to the side, especially like being loud with their conversations to the side. I'm like, bro, please. I'm trying to listen to the DM here, and it's just too much. But yeah, I don't have any problem with people coming to watch, as long as they are quiet and like respectful to not only the DM but people playing too. I mean, it's disrespectful to the players as much as it is to the DM, because the players are trying to listen and retain the knowledge of what's going on. Any questions about like Vigoria as a realm? I don't know if I have a picture of Vigoria on my computer. If I did, I would show it. But that's the holidays. We've got all the religions. I talked about those. We've got what else? Talked about a few of the things that I invented, like the like minerals and ores and stuff that I came up with. Honestly, I just want to jump in and not know anything. I want to be totally surprised. Okay, cool, dude. That's fine. Yeah. There's one idea that I had for a campaign that I probably end up won't doing now, because it just doesn't really. Oh shoot! There's like 2 boxes under my desk, and I just kicked them. Didn't know they were there. My original plan for a campaign, you're going to throw in an Easter eggs, maybe some NPCs based on people we know. Oh, yeah. There's an NPC in my family's campaign that is based off of somebody we know that you can't understand a word they say. So it's literally just like mumbling, and they have a really hard time understanding what the person is saying. But it's so difficult to just like mumble talk the whole time that I eventually end up talking not normally, but just kind of like this, and like you can still kind of understand it, but it's not as so. Yeah, I'll definitely throw in some people, like people that we know and stuff. I think it would be awesome for, this will probably never ever happen, but it would be so cool to set up a few cameras and record some sessions and put it on Sonic's Entertainment channel, because that would be awesome. Also, everybody that's here, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. I don't know why I just blanked there for a second. But welcome to the stream. I'm glad to have you guys here. We're just talking about D&D, some plans for some D&D campaigns and things of that nature. But like you saying that makes me want to throw in some people like we went to school with, just randomly, have their names similar and not make it obvious right off the bat when they introduce themselves, but the more you talk to them, be like, this is so and so that we went to school with. But yeah, dude, I gotta say, making a D&D campaign is, and you're creative too. Like, I mean, you and me came up with the entire story of Dominus and that cult story and everything, and that was what, like a couple thousand years worth of history that we just came up with one day. So like, even if you don't plan on being a DM, I highly recommend trying it out. And there were a few little things whenever I was starting to draw the map that I watched one video. I'm going to close my computer. I watched one video on how to draw a map, and they were like, that would be a great Easter egg. Maybe have the Dominus clan to be a faction. That's a good thought. That very well might happen. We'll see about that. And then, Dominus would be like the final boss, and Dominus is almost an assassin in a way because he can hunt people down and everything. So yeah, that very well might come to fruition. But so in the case of, because I know that, like you've said, that you're not like great at drawing and stuff. Drawing a map is super easy. The more thought that you put into it, the harder it becomes. When you just start drawing random shapes and things like that, then that's when it becomes easy. Let's see, what's my tablet at? It's at 23%. That's enough to show you guys like a example. And I'll show you how I draw maps. Come on. Okay. I know you said you wanted to be completely surprised, but you just saw a piece of the map. Okay, so we're going to go screen size. And this is how I start every map. So, let's say we're only going to do one country, okay? So, I'm just going to kind of take my hand, kind of shake a little bit as I draw. And just move it around, kind of get a shape that I want. And then if it comes out to something that I don't really like, I'll just erase it and go back. And sometimes I like to use shapes of actual countries and combine them. So then we have the shape of a country right there. And then once you've done that, you can name it. So we're going to call this Torrento. And let's see. Oh, you guys can't even frickin' see it. What am I doing? Not starting soon. On the live soon. So you guys didn't see anything I just did. So we have Torrento, okay? So if we want to come off of Torrento and make another country, let's say over here on the west coast. So we'll zoom in closer so you can see better. So I'll come off of the, which, see this right here? I don't like that tiny little point. So we're going to separate it from right here. That way it's more broad. And then in the map making process, let's say we're keeping up where people are going. If you have, let me draw like right here. Okay, let's say this right here versus, so this versus this. So if we're keeping track of where someone is on the map, and you're like, let me use a different color here. So if you're like right here, it's like you're wedged right in. You got two countries on either side, and I just don't like that. I don't know why. I may use it later. It may come into play at a later time, but as of right now, I prefer having very obvious and visible borders that are easy to follow. So come off right there, and then just start kind of shaking your hand a little bit and drawing to get the shape you want. This kind of looks like a lion head a little bit, and then come up and connect it there, and then you can have another nation. It comes off right here, and then you can decide what those borders are. You can say that it's maybe it's a river. So let's say that let's find a good example here. Okay, let's do right here. So we'll zoom in just so everybody can see good. So we're going to come off right here, bring it around, and then connect it there. So that's not really, I mean, it still somewhat looks natural, but it's, have you ever heard of Dungeon Alchemist? Heard of it, haven't played it. At least I don't think. I'll have to look it up to see. Because I did play like an alchemy game not too long ago. Wait, is Dungeon Alchemist the one with the talking skull that you can like throw out the window and stuff, and it talks to you and everything? Because if that's what it is, I've been seeing it on TikTok, but I have not played it. Okay, so like this country right here, we're just gonna put an X on it to mark that this is the country we're talking about. So, then I will turn it to like a blue, and say that this right here, this border, is a river. And I'm not trying to follow the exact shape of it. I'm just kind of doing that. And then I'll branch off of the river and bring it down here. And so the river, it may be helpful for you. It's super sick. It may be. Oh, wait, let's see. It's a program on Steam that lets you make interiors and 3D models for your D&D campaigns. Oh, it's super sick. It may be helpful for you. I'll send you. Okay, yeah, do that, dude. That's dope. I will definitely check that out. But do you know the game I'm talking about? The dude, he's like, it's VR. You're in a castle, and there's this skull that sits on the table, and you can show the skull different things, and it'll tell you what it is, and then you can throw it in the pot and make like potions and stuff. I've been seeing it a lot on my TikTok. It looks really fun. But there's this one where he'll like pick up the head, and you can talk to it too. It's just the skull. You can pick it up and say like, "What's your name?" And it's like, "My name is Scully. You can call me Scully." And I saw one where he's like, "Give me a He's like, "Give me a golf club." So then this golf club spawns in his hand, and then he sits the skull down on the ground, and then he just swings the golf club, knocks the skull straight out the window, and it's just laughing. It looks very, very entertaining. But another way of drawing maps is if you want to make a physical map and you actually have paper, get like sand or rice, preferably rice because it's not going to make as much of a mess as sand, and just pour it on the paper and then just trace the lines of the sand, or the rice, I mean. And when you pour it out, just kind of, if you shake it while you pour it, and it's going to land in different little piles and things, so it'll have little islands and stuff like that. I didn't want to do it that way. I just wanted to draw. I had this idea for how I wanted to shape them and everything, and that's how I ended up doing it. I had a general idea of what I wanted because the whole realm, I wanted it to be sort of like Earth. And it does follow a similar structure to how the continents on Earth are, but it's not identical. And I only have 5 continents versus Earth's, 7. But which Europe and Asia should technically be one continent, because a continent is a large landmass that's completely surrounded by water. Europe and Asia are connected, so like they didn't really think the definition of that one through very well. So, what other things have I learned while not Be Right Back? That's not what I wanted. I get the intermission and Be Right Back things confused. Things I've learned about D&D, well, from like DMing and such. My first time DMing, I was super scared. Because it's like, what if they say something that I'm just totally not ready for? And there's no point in being nervous about that, because everything they say, you're like, I didn't think about that one. I had no clue that's what they were going to do. I think my dog might have locked himself in the bathroom. He really likes going into the bathroom and shutting the door. He is a crackhead. He goes in the bathroom and shuts the door, and then he's upset that he's stuck in the bathroom. And I'm like, bro, stop shutting the door. It's not that hard. Let me go check, because I don't want him to be stuck in the bathroom. Oh, goodness. Okay, no, he wasn't in the bathroom. He was, he's laying in the floor on my weighted blanket next to my bed, and as soon as he heard me coming around the corner, he like peeked his head around to look at me. He's just laying there like this. He kind of just leaned over to see if it was me, but I don't know who else it would have been. I'm the only person over here. Although he was freaking me out the other night. I think it was last night. I took him out. All the lights are off and everything. I took him out. I was headed back to my room, and then he stops in the kitchen and like looks back into the laundry room and just stares at the laundry room. I was like, Ash, come on. And he just like came around, looked at me, and went back. He's such a weird dog. But then he just stared in the laundry room, and I hollered at him, and he looked at me and then back at the laundry room and then back at me like, are you not seeing this? And then he just went back to the laundry, like staring at the laundry room. And I had to call it. I don't know how many times I said his name before he finally came over to me and we went back into my bedroom. But it was creepy, man. I mean, weird stuff happens in my house anyway. So for my dog to just start staring at corners freaks me out a little bit. But what did you say? Dungeon Alchemist? Let me check that real quick while we are discussing D&D. Oh man, it's $45 though. That is pretty sick though. I do like that. Yeah, that would be awesome to... That would be really awesome to have. Oh, wow. And it has, like, you can walk through and you don't know what each room is like until you get into it. That's really cool. I like that. See, I have a... It'll probably go on sale. Oh, yeah, wish list it. I'm so silly. I'm turning into you, just adding a bunch of stuff to my wish list. Here's my wish list. Rust, WrestleQuest, Ark Survival Evolved, which is $15 these days. Squad, War of Rights, Gunsmith, House Flipper 2, because I love the House Flipper game, but I'm not spending $40 on the second one. Outlast Trials, Dungeon Alchemist, and Gray Zone Warfare. Ash is barking. Gosh, man. Crazy dog. Crazy dog. My wish list is a radioactive wasteland where the sunlight will never touch. So when you get notifications, is it like, do you get an email like every week of like, hey, this game is on your wish list is on sale for like 5% off? Ash. I'd say my mom is like in the kitchen or something and he's losing his mind because he hears her. Ash. Dude, stop barking. Shut up. What's your deal? What are you barking at? What are you barking at? He's full of it, man. He's crazy. So yeah, that's all of our D&D stuff that we're gonna discuss. Yeah, but the Steam app normally sends me a notification on my phone that lets me know it's. Oh, that is really nice. Dude, you got me wanting to play Valheim. Like after you were talking about it, although I know when I get into it, I'm gonna be like, man, I've forgotten everything. He just went back to barking. He went back in my room and started barking again. He's crazy. We're gonna play something here. What are we gonna play? Hang on a second. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Are you on PC right now? Which I'm guessing you are. And if you are, we should. Do you want to hop in the Discord and play something? Or are you planning on going to bed sometime soon? Because I forgot, it's Sunday. You have to work tomorrow. Sure, man. Been wanting to check out those demonologists. Oh, yeah, dude. Let's do that. Let's do that. Where is Demonologist? I know I have it installed. Where is it? There's Phasmophobia. Oh, dude, did you know that Buckshot Roulette is on Steam now? I bought that. It's like $3. I need to play it. Hang on. Let me go to Steam. Maybe I don't have Demonologist installed. If I don't, it won't take long to install. It's gone. Oh, it's the Demonologist. I forget about that. Oh, no. It's... Where is it? Oh, it's in my favorites. Oh, yeah, I don't have it installed. Hang on. Let me install that bad boy. Let's see. What is my Phas playtime? 95.8 hours. Wow. Wow. I wish I could sort my games by time played. But I don't think you can do that. I would just love to see how much time I've put into each game, like in order. I normally don't go to bed until like 11:30. Okay, yep, got it on the first day. Super fun, but there's really no replay value once you beat it, right? Yeah, but worth like $3, right? I know there for like when it first came out, dude, people like it was all over TikTok, man. Like every time I got on TikTok, somebody was streaming Buckshot Roulette, and it didn't really last all that long. But I know a lot of people. Oh, really? Yeah, I saw it on TikTok a ton. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, there were a lot of people advocating for like multiplayer, so you could play it against people, which I think would be really cool. I should have got some heartburn medicine, like Tums or something, while I was up. I can't type. Let's see. How's it looking? Oh yeah, I need to open Discord. Hang on. I'm in the game chat for admins in the family group chat, or in the family Discord. Where are my... voice and video? There we go. Input.
Shoot.
Hello. Hello, how are you?
Hello?
Hello?
What's up?
Not much. What about you?
Not much, bro.
Oh my gosh, Asher's driving me insane.
He gets rambunctious.
Yeah, he does. Oh my gosh. I don't even know
I
what he's
actually
barking at.
had to install it myself. I forgot whenever I was playing through Fallout New Vegas and like I changed my game path directory. So basically I uninstalled everything
Oh yeah.
and I forgot to install Demonologist again.
Yeah, I'm at like 5 gigs out of 21 right now.
I'm on 10. Yeah, Caleb, he's got that Dungeon Alchemist, and he says it's really helpful, but like, I don't think we've actually used any of the stuff he's made on there. But I mean, it's got some depth to it because I think he already has like 11 hours or something on it, just like going on there and like making maps and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there's like community made ones too, like to go along with their campaigns. And I'm sure they can just like give you a link to like this is how the campaign goes, or here's the general gist of it or something. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I was using a website that so you can generate, which it doesn't have really any customization to it, or customizability, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Where you can just generate like town maps, and I did that for a few towns and stuff, and it has it names them for you and everything. So I did that for just a couple of them, just to have an actual map for the town. But most of it will probably be, off the top of my head what the layout of the town is.
Yeah. Ooh.
I gotta play Annie back in checkers.
Checkers.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last time I played checkers.
We play a lot of cup pong.
Me and Emily used to, and then I think I beat her so bad that she was like, I don't want to play this anymore.
Yeah, we used to play Mancala a lot, but then I just kept beating her, and she doesn't offer to play it anymore. Sometimes I do. I will send her one and she'll play it, but I think she's only ever beat me like once.
Dude, I totally forgot. This week, Ghost of Tsushima comes to freaking PC, dude.
Oh, sweet.
Dude, that game was so freaking good. I got the platinum on it. I had to. It was so good. I don't know, man. Like, I'm weird about like certain games. Like, I had it like pretty soon after it came out. And like I picked it up, and I would get to like a certain point, and for some reason I would just drop it. Not because I wasn't enjoying it or anything, but yeah, you know how it goes. You just
Yeah.
start playing other stuff, or you play stuff with your buddies, and you're like, okay, well I'll get back to this, and you just never do. Well, I think it was sometime last year. I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna upgrade the PS5 version. I'm gonna play it at 60 frames. It's got all the DLC and everything. I was like, I'm just gonna really play it and play it hard.
Mhm.
Dude, it freaking bit me, and yeah, it is great.
The last game that I got so like heavily into, I can't remember which one was first and which one I played more recently, but it was either God of War or Days Gone. It was one of those two.
I remember you saying great things about Days Gone.
Yeah,
I need
dude,
to
I
get
loved
it.
it.
Actually, it is on my PC wish list, but I've yet to get it. Oh, dude, I totally forgot. We had the like bar.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that too. When you first said that, I didn't know what you were talking about, but yeah, I remember now.
Give me beer.
Okay, everyone. Thank you for watching the stream. We're going to end it because my internet is getting sucked up from the stream. And my download speed is currently 0 megabits per second. So, yeah, it says it's going to take 2 hours. So, everyone, thank you for watching. It's been a great time. And we'll see you guys in the next one, whenever that may be, because I work night shift and I don't get to stream as often as I would like.